Our journey begins today at the junction of Manteberry Street and the well-known Route de la Glacière, leading us towards the Chemin de Crêtes, the path of the ridges, a road whose very name evokes the heights from which the eye wanders across the mountains and the vastness of the bay. It is a route that invites a slow immersion of the senses. The eye delights in a landscape where shades of green seem to stretch without end. The ear rediscovers the value of silence, interrupted only by the gentle flutter of birds or the whisper of the wind through the trees. The sense of smell is embraced by a subtle harmony of fragrances, where honeysuckle, gardenias, and wild roses combine to create an aroma as delicate as it is unforgettable. At every turn, imposing Basque farmhouses emerge, their stone walls raised generations ago, their brightly colored shutters standing in quiet dialogue with the surrounding vegetation. Everything appears to form part of a composition orchestrated by nature itself, a balance of gentle colors and harmonious proportions whose perfection recalls those classical verses according to which not even envy could find a single flaw to reproach. Walking along these paths is in many ways a return to our own origins. Modern life, shaped by speed, noise, and the constant accumulation of stimuli, seems to distance human beings from the environment from which they came. Yet, only a few minutes spent on these quiet trails are enough to remind us that we still belong to the same substance as the forests, the earth, and the changing seasons that have followed one another unchanged for centuries. There is a curious irony in the fact that what for thousands of years represented the most natural way of living, cultivating one's own land, dwelling in silence, and following the rhythm of nature, has today become a privilege sought after by millions of people. What was once ordinary has gradually become a luxury. Perhaps we have forgotten the true meaning of silence, not as the mere absence of sound, but as a space where reflection returns and where the mind recovers a serenity that the city seldom grants. The contemplation of stillness, of things that change only slowly, exerts upon us an almost hypnotic effect, reminding us that time itself may be measured in another way. And it is precisely here, among these quiet paths, ancient stones, and the vegetation that embraces the hills of Urrugne, that one discovers life does not always unfold through great events. More often, it hides in those silent corners that escape the attention of most people, patiently waiting for someone willing to stop, to observe, and simply to walk without haste. If this journey has awakened in you the desire to live in this land, perhaps you have discovered something more than a landscape. Perhaps you have found a place that one day you may call home. At Market Breaker Estate, we believe that a property is far more than a collection of walls and roofs. It is the story of a place, of a landscape, and of a way of life. That is why every one of our audiovisual productions seeks to convey what no single photograph can ever express: the emotion of belonging to an environment. If you are considering making the Basque Country your home, we would be delighted to accompany you on that journey. Until our next discovery.